Welcome to the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining me. I am Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, at lmarconi1973 on Twitter X. I appreciate you joining me. It is a nice, actually pleasant Sunday night after the heat wave that just hit Northeast Ohio. this whole past week. So it's a really actually pleasantly comfortable day today. Very happy for it. So appreciate all of that. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Fanatical Elves, great Browns content coming from great people on that network. Thank you for joining me. So what we're going to talk about tonight is I have a clip from the Ian Rappaport. Actually, it's from the Cleveland.com show. I'm going to show you from Ian Rappaport on ESPN, just pretty much stating what he thinks, how he thinks Deshaun Watson will look in 2024. And I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to kind of give my theory as to why people either feel one way or another for this guy. And it's really what it is. The bottom line is that he has to produce. He has to start. He has to play the full season and have a great year to shut people up. That's the only way to do it. So, but before we do that, before we go any further, I need to pause for a break from our sponsors now. All right, thank you. All right, we're back. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's get right into it. And I will right now let you know that I'm about to show the clip from Ian Rappaport. I believe it was on ESPN, but this is from, I'm commandeering this from the Cleveland.com. So let me pull that up. It's probably paused. So let's go ahead and do this. And here we go. Yep. And go.
Well, let me bring up a couple caveats here. Yes, it is an expensive contract. Obviously, anytime you have a fully guaranteed deal, it is noteworthy. It is important. That was a great contract for Deshaun Watson. But as time has kind of moved on, he's gotten down the quarterback ranking for highest paid. Now the 8th highest paid quarterback. So not a bargain by any means. Certainly not as crazy expensive as it was as far as the fully guaranteed deal. Quarterbacks almost never get cut. They actually get traded. Just like that, if something terrible happened, the contract would stand in the way. But here's the other caveat. Before he got hurt last year, before he had that very strange shoulder injury that he actually played through, let it come back during, and then had surgery ending his season afterward, he was playing really well. He was showing signs of being that quarterback that they traded for, being that franchise superstar guy. It sounds like his rehab has gone well. It sounds like, if anything, they've had to pull him back. I expect him to be like his old self in training camp and finally pay off that big-time contract that the Browns gave.
All right. Sounded pretty positive, didn't it? Sounded like Ian Rappaport, who's a pretty good. Anyway, that was NFL Network's Insider Show. So sorry, I thought it was ESPN. My fault, my mistake. So yes, admonish me for that. Let's think about this. Ian Rappaport has no self-serving interest. He has no reason to prove that he's right. That he said it was a horrible deal. It was this, that, or the other. There's people that did say that right away, and they couldn't believe it was $230 million guaranteed. I was surprised by it. We gave up all those draft picks. I was like, all right, they're going all in for this guy. Better pay off. As a fan, I wanted it to pay off. I wanted it to work out. So just with that in mind, I have a self-interest as well, being a Browns fan. I think people want him to fail because they want to be proven right. Not necessarily that they hate the Browns. They just want to be proven right. And I think people want him to succeed for similar reasons, and also because they're actual Browns fans. And it seems to me there's more of the people that want him to fail. Before, there was more the people that wanted him to fail than wanted him to succeed, but they're starting to kind of see it in his practice film, and what they're hearing around the league. Like, okay, he's going to be back. He's going to be legit. So that's interesting. It's starting to turn around. He also made a very key point. If you listen carefully to what Ian Rappaport said as time went on, I'm paraphrasing. So, I mean, as time went on, yeah, at the time, I believe the deal went down in March of 2022. That's knocked the socks off of everybody, blew everybody away. Like, whoa, look what happened. It was completely unprecedented contract. It was unprecedented. And that wasn't unprecedented to give up that many draft picks. But this is going to be the worst trade ever. This is horrible. I was right. So that's kind of the motivation there. Oh, he had all those allegations. Well, yeah, he had allegations. Never got convicted in a court of law of anything. So did he have poor judgment in this? Yeah, absolutely. But we're not going to get into that part of it, the off the field stuff. This was a football move, and the Browns made this move to win football games. 2022, we knew a suspension was coming. 11 games seemed excessive, but I think the organization took the stand that this year was going to be a mulligan, but he's going to pay off in the following 4 years. We'll retool the defense, which they did, and we'll be ready to roll starting 2023. They were hit. They were like, I don't want to use the word decimated because it's actually has a specific meaning to it, but they were ravaged by injuries, and they still went 11-6 and went to the playoffs despite all those injuries. So the thinking is if Watson's healthy, ready to go, Nick Chubb comes back and is productive, and we keep ourselves healthy, this should be a good team. Should be a playoff team with this roster, absolutely. And my theory behind it is that there was a lot of people that wanted just to be proven right, but time has gone on, and they're seeing other quarterbacks' contracts being higher than his. He's what, eighth or ninth right now? I think eighth. I think it's eighth. So to justify that contract, he has to play like the eighth best quarterback in the NFL, which is possible. Yep. Same for Sherry. Sherry, thank you, my kosher co-host on Friday nights. Got to bring in her. She said same. And who else we got? This is a Jana Morales. Well, thank you, Jana. Thank you for commenting. I'm not sure what you said there, but it was on Facebook. Thank you very much. It was on Fans First. Awesome. Appreciate it always. So back to it. I think what we're seeing here is that people are starting to see the writing on the wall that he's going to be pretty good this year. He probably would be top 8. I would think that's safe to say. And the Browns are a good team. Very good team. Stay healthy and just play football. Just let him play. He only played in 6 games. Okay. The first year back, he was very rusty. He went 3-3. If you count the Colts game, he started, but that was horrible. He shouldn't have been out there playing. 5-1 in games that he played in. He had one bad game, and that was in Pittsburgh. And I think I think that Pittsburgh game, when Nick Chubb got hurt, rattled everybody. Just completely rattled the team, rattled the coach, and they still almost won. I mean, Pittsburgh needed 2 defensive scores to win, two defensive touchdowns to win by 4 points. Just not even. So they made defensive plays to win that game. In other words, that's all I have to say about it. So it says as time has gone on. So as time does continue to go on, where are we going to be here 3 years from now? I'm not going to predict that. I'm going to predict here and now where I'm at, and with what I can do is control. I'm going to predict the Browns are going to be a good team, and if they stay healthy, they're going deep into the playoffs. That's what I'm going to predict. And I'm going to predict that I'm going to be back here tomorrow night at 9:40 p.m. to join you again We'll talk. We'll discuss. Thank you for the comments. Like I said, this is the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. I'll just call it X. It's getting weird for me to say that. I appreciate it. Appreciate each and every one of you. Always remember, guys, always remember, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And when the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. I will see you tomorrow night.